Crim here with another Baldur's Gate 3 episode. It's been a while since I played Baldur's Gate 3, and part of that was because I wanted to beat Honor Mode, and the other part was because I was waiting for this patch 8, to finally come out. I beat Honor Mode about 3 months ago, and then I started waiting for patch 8 to finally come out, and it came out today, so we're gonna finally be able to try it out. I'm only going to try it right now with Karlach. I have to go through and respec everyone else. And I might also use some of the builds I used in Honor Mode. They were kind of cheesy though, so like for example I had like a fighter that was also able to throw stuff, and they just did ridiculous damage with throwing stuff. Karlach right now has a build sort of like that, but I'm just going with the Giant Barbarian to see how that goes. Eventually I will be using Strength as a dump stat for this build, and I'll just be taking potions of Giant Strength or whatever every single day. I didn't think about that when I was first playing through this. That's something that I was learning about whenever I was playing Honor Mode, as a very viable strategy is to just stock up on, I think it was Fire Giant Strength or Cloud Giant Strength or something like that from Auntie Ethel in Act 1. You can buy those every single day from her, so just keep on buying them and have like 12 of them or whatever, which is enough to get through like all of Act 1 and Act 2. So that was something I missed out on. We can still buy some, I think, if I go back to the Underdark, and I have to go to the Underdark anyway to pick up a few things that I missed. And yeah, so that's mostly what this episode's going to be, is me trying to just get caught up with where I was. It's been a while since I played, and one of the main reasons I stopped playing this game in particular for YouTube was Dragon's Dogma 2 came out around that time, and I was thinking about recording that, and that kind of fell through because the game was just such a chore, and it caused me to basically get burnt out on RPG stuff for a while. Plus I had a bunch of real life stuff come up that I had to take care of. But yeah, hopefully I'm back. Just showing the build. I just went straight Giant Barbarian for this, which I don't think I can actually really show, can I? Weird. So essentially it just lets me use this ability, where it lets me rage and turn like giant, hence the name, and it gives me advantage on several things, strength checks and saving throws. And on top of that, I get this ability, a bonus action, where I can just kick someone. And the kick is based on my athletics, as it says right there. And yeah, I can kick a target, so that's pretty nice. Let's see, I also get this ability while raging. I think I can only do this once per day, maybe? It lasts for 10 turns, but it doesn't say anything about once per day. But it gives my weapon the ability to be thrown. So I went ahead and picked up... Let's see. Is it... I don't see it anywhere. It has been a minute. I think it's in here. Maybe. Picked up Tavern Brawler. There it is, Tavern Brawler. So it basically doubles my strength modifier on throw weapons and such. So, that's a little iffy. I was also tempted to just go a way of the Drunken Fist monk or whatever, and just go the same routes, but have Karlach just be that. Lose all my stuff. And if I did that, there's actually a club I have in my bank somewhere. I need to go through my bank. This is a mess. It's nothing like the one that I had in my Honor Mode. My Honor Mode was way more organized. So, yeah, I have this, and that might be interesting. Of course, the thunder damage might hurt my allies, so that might also be an issue. So, yeah, Honor Mode, I actually was able to do it, like, in one run, pretty much. Let's see, where is it? Asterion? It took 95 hours to do, and a lot of that was me just cheesing stuff as much as possible to be careful. I think I only fought, like, one boss in that entire thing. I think I only fought one boss. Because the first boss, the one that we haven't really fought yet, I just threw, like, grenades at him, and that cleared the way. Like, if you just stock up grenades and put them in, like, a barrel and then throw the barrel at him, you can just detonate that and it'll pretty much one-shot him. And it's, like, 20 grenades or whatever to do that. I might show that off because it's funny, and that fight with Ketheric is kind of annoying anyway. Let's see, the second boss, I've just pushed him off a cliff. And the third boss was the only one that I actually fought. And she was not fun. We'll get there when we get there. The point is, it was a very harsh fight, and I got very close to losing the run on her. And then I found out later that if I had, like, 25 strength or whatever, I could just shoved her into the void, and that would have won the fight. So, yeah, That was fun. And the final boss, I just used Gale for. So I pretty much only had one boss fight the entire run, which was honestly the way to do it, because it was honor mode, and I just couldn't take any chances. Alright, so let's get out of here. There's a lot of stuff we have to get caught up on, and a lot of stuff I have to remember about. So I think we can leave this area and go back to Act 1 right now. I don't think we have gotten to the point of no return just yet. I don't think anyway. I hope not, because it's been almost a year since I played, so I kind of got to remember where I am. I guess we just saved what's his name? Yeah, we must have just saved what's his name from this, so we probably need to talk to Nathaniel. Or not Nathaniel.
Certain birds of paradise and prey. The chemical induces lowered inhibitions between the pair.
Okay, I think they're commenting about the romance.
I don't think so. Would you count a light spritz from a vial of jasmine dust as a pheromone?
Okay, I guess that's the end of that banner. They must have added more. She's still going? Jeez, normally they only say like 3 lines. Alright, so we have to pick up a few things. Over here in the House of Healing, there was the other ring that I was looking for that I could never figure out. So we have to pick that up. That's one other thing. I was extremely thorough with my honor mode playthrough, where I was basically trying to get every single item because I had the time to. So the ring over here, there was some other junk up here, like I could do some interaction with the wall to get some lore, but it doesn't really matter. So we're not going to bother with that, I think. Let's go to Act 1, I think, if we can. If we can. Let's see, Joachim's Rest. No, we need to go to the Underdark. We need to go to the Underdark Beach. That's where I need to go right now. Yep. And the reason we're going over there is I completely overlooked a very nice item, which is a stool. And with the stool, you can get, I think, 19 strength just by holding it. So if you're using a character that doesn't actually use their weapons, but they have like strength modifiers with other things, then it's basically something that they can just have in their pocket. Like if they're dual wielding, it can just be a club in their second hand, essentially. So if they're not using a shield, they could just do that. Oh, a lot of corpses just blowing up. I don't know how well the game's running, by the way, because
I don't have to ask for permission, if that's what you mean.
They're still bantering. Anyway, the reason why the game's probably running different is because I'm on a new SSD.
Old blue blood feuds might have to be balanced against your desires.
I'm my own man, Shadowheart. In this sense, at least.
Yeah, that must be new banter. I've never seen that before. This is the final patch of the game, as far as I can tell. They had a whole, like, animated video talking about how it's the final patch, which was pretty nice. Yeah, Lorien does great work with this. Hopefully, the next game they make. Don't think they're gonna have access to Baldur's Gate for the next game. They fought tooth and nail to get access to Baldur's Gate 3. So Baldur's Gate 4, I believe, is being made partially by the same people that made the Dragon Age: The Veilguard. So, yeah, that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be something. I won't say what, but it's definitely gonna be something. And, yeah. Lorien, though, I'm looking forward to whatever they make next. Because they put a lot of love into this game. They put a lot of love into the Divinity games. Hopefully we get a new Divinity game, honestly. It has been a while since we've had a Divinity game. Is the stool in here, or is it upstairs? It might be upstairs. Yeah, I think it's the next floor. But yeah, they've definitely put a lot of love into this game. They just do good work in general. It's over here. Yeah, Stool of Hill Giant Strength. So we're going to... No, don't attack the air. Attack the stool.
I could do some real damage with that chair leg.
And there we go. Just pick that up. And, yeah. See, it sets it to 19. So that's already a good item. It's a good option if you don't have any, like, strength-based things. Like, if you don't have the Hill Giant belt or whatever it is, or the gloves or whatever that do that. I forget all the modifiers, because there's like 3 modifiers, but at the end of the day, you're better off just taking the potions every day, because the potions are very plentiful, and they do a lot more, and they're actually fairly affordable. Like, if we come over to the Myconide colony, I believe we can actually just straight up buy the potions. And I will clarify something I said a while back. I was under the assumption that this guy could give you, like, a special ending. He doesn't do anything. It's just like a side story. I mean, he does do something. He can show up at the end and help, but it's not very useful, considering at the final phase of the game, you can just stealth through everything. You don't even need to fight anything. Just use Invis and go all the way to the end. Is Will still talking? Oh no, that's something else. So I think I can buy potions from you all.
We'll be clearing out sooner. No point in lingering now. I've got the noble stock.
Show me your stuff. And I believe we can get the noble stock back. And if you give that to Shadowheart, she will have some interactions, but you only get the noble stock back. What am I thinking? Okay, so there's a glitch. They might have patched it by now, but with the noble stock, if you talk to Shadowheart to consume the noble stock, she will give you a special interaction, and then if you send her to camp during that interaction or whatever, you can then give the noble stock to the NPCs, so you can basically get her special interaction and also get that. The special interaction with her just alters her, like, character's hidden stats, where it's like, if she's devoted to her god or some other thing. Like, I don't remember where we were in the story, so that might be spoiling stuff, so I won't go too far into it. But yeah, the noble stock from them is actually pretty useful. Okay, what am I doing? No giant strength, 21. So yeah, see how cheap that is? It is extremely cheap. And I might have some of these somewhere in my banks somewhere, but I don't know where it'd be. It's been a while since I played. Let's see. Is there anything of value in here? I don't see anything of value. So yeah, let's just balance the trade and I'll pick this potion up. And she just has that, like, every day. Let's talk to you.
Can't be too careful in these parts.
Yeah, the noble stock is for him.
The least of it.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything. But the noble stock, later on, if you interact with him, he's got his mind back or whatever. So that's the whole point of them getting it. And they, like, cultivate it later on. And when you do get it later on, you can have her eat it then. And it still gives some interaction, but by that point it's too late. Doesn't really change anything. Alright. We can get out of here, I think. We can go back to the main area. I'm sure there's a few, like, things here and there that I haven't gotten, but it honestly does not matter at this point. So let's go to Last Light Inn. Because all the stuff that I'd be leaving behind is kind of negligible. I just wanted the stool because that actually is kind of useful. That's about the only thing that is useful. I think I went to the wrong location. I might have gone to the wrong location. Like, it's showing the Lathander stuff in the background. I hope I'm not going to the Lathander zone. I thought I selected Last Light. Oh, maybe it's just generic background stuff. Yeah, cool. So, over here... I forgot that I had her glitched out so I could just steal from her whenever I want.
If you're alright by Jaheira, you're alright by me.
Yeah, we'll try this. And I think this is my new dice. Let's see. There we go. There we go. So yeah, this is the dice I got with honor mode.
Cheeky.
Alright, let's take a peeky. I want to see what you got.
If you're alright by Jaheira, you're alright by me.
She's the one who actually has grenades that you can buy. I believe the first grenade that you buy from her is glitched. But after that, all the other ones are fine. Like the first grenade, for some reason, it has its blast radius pretty much right at its feet. So you, like, will blow yourself up if you use it. But yeah, what you do is you just buy a bunch of these grenades and you'd get like a backpack or something that has like low health, and then you just throw the backpack at the boss and then just detonate the whole thing. And preferably the backpack will break whenever it hits the boss, so long as you don't miss. If it doesn't do that, then you have to use like a magic missile to blow the bag up, so that then you can like do something else and just use the chunk damage on other things. So let's see, I don't think I need anything besides these. I'm just gonna buy them just in case. I think I can still buy stuff from her late, so it doesn't really matter if I get it now or later. But yeah, let's just go ahead and balance. And I'm not really gonna steal anything anymore because there's no point. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to get all the items to do all the things, but I don't even know how the game is now in patch 8. I might not need to do anything else. I might be just fine with what I have for a while.
Need anything?
Yeah, so they haven't added any interactions with you two. These are okay, I suppose. Well, not the best. They don't explode like the other ones, I think. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going.
If you need anything else.
Let's see where we are in the quest. So, go ahead and hide completed. Find the cure. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, we're not gonna do that because that interacts with the parasite and it causes it to advance. Which is fine if you're wanting to use the parasite, but I'm not going to. We need to take care of Ketheric. We need to find Zevlor, that's in the same location. He thanked us. Okay, cool. That should be a complete option then. I don't know why that's still there. We need to do the night song. I think that's where we were last. Search the cellar. Oh, I forgot to get that. Okay, so that's one of the things I completely forgot to do. Where is it? It might be too late. But I should have like a quasi... like a summoning spell. But a quasi or whatever. Summoning spell, and when I summon the thing, it gives me Shovel. And then I interact with Shovel and tell Shovel to keep its name as Shovel. And then we go through a door, and then Shovel talks to us, and then we can bind it as a permanent familiar. I might be too late on that. I mean, I can go and get the scroll if I haven't gotten it already. But as far as, like, the usability, I don't think Shovel's that useful now. It's essentially the same as a familiar, and it's stronger than the one that you get from Will if you have him as a Fiend Warlock, because I believe he can get that as an action, as an option to summon a Fiend familiar thing, or whatever, and he summons a Quasi. So, I mean, we can check real quick, but I don't think it's really worth the time, and we'd have to go back to Act 1 for it. So let's go back to our camp and just see if it's in our camp. I think I might have ate the spell with Gale. I'm pretty sure I just had Gale use the spell to learn the spell, and I didn't do it right.
Hello.
But like I said, she's not that useful. Like, there are some points when she can be, because she has, like, permanent invis, and she gets, like, permanent attacks of opportunity and such. Oh man, my inventory is such a mess. I don't know where anything is. Let's open this. What's in there? So that's where I keep my barrels. This has not been lockpicked yet. Neither has that. Kinda just wasting time, aren't I? Another one that hasn't been lockpicked. Okay. I don't know where it'd be. Let's check Gale, just in case. He has nothing on him. You have nothing on you. I think it'd be like in a backpack or something. Yeah. So this is the character I usually use to steal stuff, and then I reset over and over again. I'm probably not going to ever use her again.
Come on, let's go. What a charmer.
Okay, we're not going to bother with this. Obviously, it's not here. Otherwise, I would have found it already. It's just so, like, jarring. I was like, where is it? I'm thinking about stuff from like a year ago, trying to find...
Defender of the people.
Making me sweat.
Yeah, whatever. That's another thing I'm missing. Just like Mithara or whatever, who's in my bank. If you haven't seen, there she is. So, one thing with her, in the Honor Mode playthrough, I actually did recruit her, and I had Housen as well. And I ended up accidentally romancing her. But it kind of like borked a bunch of stuff because it was like half working, half not working. So, like, I got the romance tag with her, and as a result of getting that with her, everyone else got cut off, but then the romance never progressed until the very end, and then it acted like I had done everything. It was like, I literally said hello to you. That's all I did. So it kind of, like, was really glitchy, and there was so many glitches with her that most of the glitches should have been fixed with this update. Like, there was one really weird glitch where if you used her in the party, the tieflings would all turn hostile towards you, or not all of them, one of them would turn hostile towards you, and she would track you from across the map every single round of combat. She would get a turn in there, and it would just stall things so much. She ended up dying in the run, though, because when we were doing Halsin's defense mission, she was close enough to that she pathed out to the area where we were, and then she started attacking us, and we couldn't leave combat, and then she just blew herself up. It is like, okay then. Which, I guess it was a little bit of a saving grace, because if we got it to Act 3 and she was still alive, apparently she's in that map too, and no matter where you were in Act 3, she would get a turn. So, like, you could be, like, in another dimension, she would get a turn. It's like, why? Why is this like this? And it was the NPC from Act 1 during the Mithara raid or whatever, where she was pretty much the only one that carried over, and unfortunately she still had the hostile tag ticked. So, it was weird. It was really weird. But yeah, that was such a buggy experience. But hey, it worked. Alright, let's go ahead and progress the story. I will do a hard save now, just so in case we have to go back. And let me check the time too. Yeah, it's been about 20 minutes. Tell you what, this has been enough of like a recap episode. I will start the next episode actually doing stuff. So, recap episode, we did get some stuff done, we talked a lot. Next episode, we are going to go and take care of Shadowheart's quest, which is... Where is it? It should be... Where is it? It's not infiltrate the Moonrise Tower. Finding the... Yeah, this. We're gonna have to do this, and we're gonna have to do that one, and we're gonna have to do... I don't know, but we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to go to the Shar area and take care of that, and that will go ahead and progress the story, so we won't be able to go back to Act 1. And a lot of stuff in Act 2 will change. That reminds me, I need to go and get that amulet. The literal thing that I was just talking about. I mean, it doesn't hurt to wait. I mean, it's not going to change anything if I wait, but I might as well get it, so I don't have to worry about getting it next episode, wasting time with that. So we have to go to the House of Healing and just snag that thing. It's not an amulet. I don't know why I said it was an amulet. It's a ring. It's the other ring to the, like, companionship ring. The one that, for some reason, I spent a long time trying to find before. Is this little icon always there, where it shows, like, the light? I don't remember that always being there. I thought I had to, like, hold a button for that to pop up. But I don't mind it. It's nice to have that so I can actually tell how stealthy I am. Maybe they also fixed, like, the lighting issues with this game, because there were a bunch of lighting issues where, like, if you were playing as a rogue or whatever, and you had... What am I fighting? Hello? I don't know. Exit turn mode. There's nothing here. Oh, is that Dolly? Come on, Dolly. Yeah, that was Dolly not giving us our buff. I could swear I had that going, though. Maybe it was because I updated Karlach.
You look like you want to say the magic words, like they're right on the tip of your...
There we go. Thank you for taking some health away from me. Yeah, that must have been because I respect her. She lost that. Let's come in here and let's get the ring. Wrong button. Gotta remember how to play. There we go. It is Alt. It is Alt to see everything on the ground. Let's see. There should be a body somewhere that has it. There we go. Yeah, totally would have missed this. Because it's just like a Skelly Bro. Like, why would I check a Skelly Bro? And of course, I happened to check it whenever I was like going through and looting absolutely everything. I was also extremely hostile in that playthrough, where I attacked things when I really didn't have to. Like, for example, I would attack stuff like this.
Your violence.
Just to get extra XP. And I'm gonna go ahead and just giant it up, just to see what this looks like. Alright, and then I can just go reckless, I believe. Or we can go ahead and do this, and we will go force, I think? Because I have force on this weapon. Elemental cleave. I think I messed that up, but whatever. Oh wait, no, it added thunder damage to it. Go ahead and hit you. Oh yeah, that just chunks. That just chunks right there.
To concentrate.
And you go ahead and punch things. 'Cause why not? Get some XP. Really?
Put him up.
I guess you're gonna get a turn then. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this and this. Yeah, 90 XP, whatever. And get a gift. We don't need any of that. I just did that because I wanted to test this out in the video, to be quite honest.
All right.
No other reason. Go ahead and do a short rest to get everything back.
Ready to fight.
Next episode, we will be going downstairs. In fact, you probably already see me down there. Let's just go down there now. The Gauntlet of Shar. So, one thing that I noticed with the Honor mode that everyone was complaining about was in the Gauntlet of Shar, the elevators sometimes would not work. So, it was like a run ender where you would get on the elevator and it'd start moving down, and your characters would still be floating in air for some reason, and then they would just fall to their death. It's like, oh, that's horrible. So it resulted in a new strategy where like they only send like one person on the elevator to go activate it, because everyone else had to stay back just in case they died. It was really funny. I never experienced that though. So like even in normal modes, I have never experienced the elevator glitching out, but apparently it was just such a prevalent bug that, I don't know. It was fun. It was fun going through the Honor mode, having to like try different things. But yeah, I'll catch you next time. This is Crim signing out, and if you like what you see, just let me know and I'll keep making some more.